Happy Monday. Welcome to Menopause Chicks Mondays. It's the second week that I am doing this at 9 o'clock in the morning. I hope that is working for you. It's certainly given us an opportunity to package up this video and put it in our Menopause Chicks Mondays email. Also gives me a chance to enjoy a cup with you in the morning. And I can't wait to get started. It's been a really great week. I think particularly because of the Menopause Masterclass that happened last Wednesday. And of course, after the Masterclass, one of the things that's included is 30 days of private texting. I love being your concierge. And so I just want to share with you a text that I got this morning from someone that attended the Masterclass last Wednesday. And I won't use her name, but hi, Shirley. It's Kelly. I'll call her Kelly. I'm 62, post-menopause for almost 8 years. I took your masterclass last week and would like to begin a dialogue to move into my best life yet. Like, how amazing is that? And then, of course, there's more dialogue and some questions that she has just about, seeking clarification for some of the things that she heard in the class and about building her own health team. And I just can't wait to follow her journey and everyone else's journey as they put themselves at the top of their to-do list. So that is really cool. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your journey, because we're definitely, seeing some amazing health outcomes and changing lives, if you will. Okay, so what I want to talk about today. So in the email, I'm going to include our calendar for May. So if you haven't yet gone through the masterclass, you can take a look at what's happening in May. Either join us live. Hopefully you can do that. But if not, you can always sign up to receive the replay. We're going to be doing another event, the Vagina Dialogues event, which I love doing, love that education. And it's May, it's Mother's Day month, which means something I've wanted to do for a long time. We have done this in a live event in one of our satellite events, but a mother-daughter education event. And so that can mean whatever you want it to mean, but essentially we're inviting health professionals to join us to talk about not just perimenopause to menopause, but other conversations that often come up with our members here in the community, things like PMS, PMDD, PCOS, which I have some personal experience navigating in the last year with my daughter. And I know we did the live event in Wyerton about a year or so ago, but then when we were still playing soccer, my daughter's a soccer player, when we were still playing soccer, I was chatting with some of the moms and I was like, oh my gosh, like, we're all trying to take care of our own health and responsible for the health of our daughters, our teenage daughters, or our young adult daughters, or maybe our older adult daughters. And so navigating all those P's like PMS and PMDD and PCOS and pregnancy and periods and perimenopause, I think it's time that we bring in some experts and have a dialogue on that. So you can look in the calendar for that. And then the other thing, 2 new really cool events that I wanted to tell you about, which include Audible books. So I know that many of you shared with me your love for listening to books on Audible. I do it too. It started out as, I was going to listen to books while I was walking, but it's also great, like when you go to bed and, maybe you don't want to read, but you still want to have sort of like just that little bit of downtime, and listening to books at night too has been great. So on May 26th, we have Dr. Lori Brotto, who's going to be joining us for a private conversation about libido and women's sexual desire. She is the sexpert, if you will. She's an amazing colleague and supporter of the Menopause Chicks community. She's also the author of a book called Better Sex Through Mindfulness. So if you sign up for that event, you are going to receive, and thanks early birds, those that signed up last week, you're going to receive your Audible book today. You get a copy of Lori's book, which is amazing. And libido, we're going to learn about that word and why Dr. Brotto doesn't use it anymore. But women's sexual desire is the number one topic, question, conversation in the Menopause Chicks community. It was number one in 2019. It was number one in 2020. I don't know what it's going to look like for 2021, to be honest with you, but I know that women have a lot of questions and desire to learn more about desire. So mark your calendar for May 26th. And then we have a second Audible event coming up in June with Dr. Jen Gunter, who is Twitter's gynecologist, as she has a new book coming out called the Menopause Manifesto. It is also included in your ticket, but that book won't be sent to you until May 25th because that's the release date for that. So really excited about the calendar and about all of you who are prioritizing your health. Today, I wanted to talk about something. I call it ripping up the memos that we got. And a few weeks ago, I posted something about a single dad. This was a story that was shared online. It was about a single dad who was preparing his daughter to get her period. And so he had posted on social media, what should he do to prepare? He had already gotten Midol. And that was the first thing that really tweaked for me. And I'm like, interesting. On one hand, that's amazing that he has done that. But on the other hand, I was like, okay, we get our daughters Midol, and we send them a message to expect to suffer, expect pain. And I'm going to invite us all to kind of take that memo, if you got the memo that we're supposed to suffer, and rip it up. I see this day after day in the Menopause Chicks community where women are like, oh yeah, I, wake 3 times in the night because I have to pee, or I wake at 3 a.m. and I can't get back to sleep because of insomnia, or hot flashes and night sweats. Oh, they're not that bad. I've only been dealing with them for 7 years. And I'm like, what? Like 7 years is too long to not experience your optimal health. And I want to know, when we got this memo, it's like somebody handed women this giant memo that said, expect to be hot, tired, bitchy, and fat. And I want to rip up that memo and tell women to, well, first of all, get informed and choose the journey that's right for you. And there's a lot that could be wrapped up in that messaging. Like, you might decide that suffering is the journey that you want for you. And that's your decision. I hope it's not the one that you choose. But if you back it up, getting informed is step one. And the other thing that I see in a lot of the comments in the community is with women saying, well, I quit caffeine and I quit alcohol and I quit spicy foods and I quit smoking. Okay, quit smoking. Like, if you smoke, please quit smoking. But it's almost like the second memo that women got was, it's your fault that you're getting hot flashes. So you better do these 3 things: quit caffeine, quit drinking alcohol, quit eating spicy foods if you don't want to suffer. And that's not the right message. Like, if you want to quit those things, that's, again, your choice. But the hot flashes and night sweats, the root cause is not spicy foods. It might be that caffeine, alcohol, and certain other activities or things that you eat might trigger your hot flashes. But the root cause, peel back the layer of the onion, the reason why you're having hot flashes is hormone imbalance. And so I invite all of us to get as curious as we can about that. And we talk about this in the masterclass. If you've been through it, you'll know the hormone pyramid is how I like to create a visual for us to think about our hormone health. Too often we say hormones, and women, healthcare professionals, they hear hormone therapy. And I want you to know that hormone therapy is only one option on the menu for hormone balance. And it's often not the go-to option. It's not the skip to the front of the line and take hormone therapy, even though I know that in many cases that has been the process that you followed. But I learned from personal experience, you can't skip over paying attention to how you eat, move, and sleep. That supports your hormone health and your adrenal health, and your cortisol management, by taking care of your stress. And you can't skip over some of the nutritional support that's required to support our hormones too, such as, iron and magnesium, and how some of those deficiencies actually mimic hormone imbalance. So, skipping and taking care of hormones with hormone therapy doesn't erase the fact that we still need to focus on how we eat, move, sleep, and manage stress. So I just wanted to talk about that today. It's always interesting for me when I, kind of peel back the layers of the onion and figure out what is it that we were told that we now need to maybe have a paradigm shift about or erase. And the other example I thought about this morning as I was getting my coffee before the live started was a few months ago, we were having dinner, and I think it was my best friend and my daughter and my son was at the table, and we were talking about seatbelts in the 70s. And my friend said, well, yeah, like nobody wore seatbelts in the 70s. And my daughter's eyes like lit up. She's like, what? You didn't wear seatbelts? And I was like, yeah, no, we didn't. I mean, I remember standing in the car. I didn't have a car seat, standing in the car. And I think sometimes my mom would like put her arm out if we were like going down a hill or she needed to stop suddenly. And then I looked it up, and it was actually Volvo, the car manufacturer, that invested in a campaign. They wanted to be known as the safety automobile manufacturer. And so they introduced the concept of safety with a seatbelt. And I mean, now it's just like second nature. And so I was thinking, okay, her reaction to seatbelts in our society could be her reaction or her generation's reaction to hormone health in midlife. So she's going to be 18 this year. I'm imagining that when Kira and her friends turn 35, 40, 45, 50, they're going to be like, yeah, like hormone health, taking care of our hormones is exactly what we need to do. And it's not about eliminating the spicy foods and eliminating the triggers. It's about searching for the root cause, finding and treating the root cause so that they can invest in the next 3 to 5 decades of their life. So I'm going to stop there. But I hope that has helped you maybe think about, did someone hand you a memo and tell you, oh, perimenopause and menopause is something that you need to suffer through, you need to get through, or it's just part of being a woman and you need to suck it up? And if so, again, my invitation, this is not about sucking it up. This is about putting your name at the top of the to-do list So many of you have, simply by being here and deciding to get informed and get educated and make your health a priority. And you're starting to use, like, this message from Kelly, you're starting to use the word invest, which kind of gives me a few goosebumps. Investing in our health is something that we are not taught, the same way that we're taught about saving for our kids' education or investing in our retirement. But yet our health is our number one asset. So thanks for listening today. I should see, I don't know if there's any comments that have popped up, but reply to the email and let me know what you would like to see on a future, like to see us talk about on a future edition of Menopause Chicks Mondays. I hope you have a great week. It's May. May your May be amazing, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, take care.